My name is Dr. Nicole Fiorellino. I'm an assistant professor and extension agronomist with the University of Maryland, College Park. I'm responsible for doing research and extension work related to the major agronomic crops in the state of Maryland. So corn, soybean, wheat, some other small grains, and I also dabble in some new and emerging crops like industrial hemp. So I spent a number of years in school to get to the point of being an assistant professor. So I got my bachelor's degree from Rutgers University in New Jersey, and my major was actually animal science. I moved to Maryland to complete my master's degree, also in animal and avian sciences. And then after I completed my master's degree, I chose to kind of switch fields a little bit. And so I completed my PhD also at University of Maryland, College Park in the Environmental Science and Technology Department. My PhD research focused on phosphorus movement and phosphorus storage in soils in the state of Maryland, trying to prevent phosphorus from getting into our sensitive water bodies, keeping it on the land and keeping it useful for agriculture. So in my role as an agronomist, as an extension agronomist, half of my job is to perform research. So we typically will plant different crops in a small plot type environment, and we will apply different treatments. Maybe it could be a growth promotion product, it could be something like fertilizer, and we're keeping track of those small plots throughout the growing season. Likely we are going to harvest them for yield at the end of the season and draw conclusions. So did a treatment that we apply increase yield or otherwise make that crop more healthy or perform better in a different way? Then the second component of what I do is what we call extension. So we take the results of this research and we extend, we educate the stakeholders, our growers, the general population in the state about the results that we found and how they can use those results to make their operations or their daily life just better or more profitable. I think I get the most satisfaction in my job when I've interacted with a grower who maybe has come to one of our trainings and has implemented a practice or used a product or something that we have researched. And when that grower comes back to me and says, I really tried that out on my operation and it worked really well for me. It was really successful. Or someone who's been to a teaching event and said, you know, I never really thought about it that way. Thank you for teaching me something new. And it may sound corny, but there are growers that actually do that come and listen to our talks and are excited to learn something new that could potentially help make their operation more profitable. And so that really gives me the most satisfaction when a grower was just happy that they came to one of our training events and learned something. So one of the greatest challenges is having a really good idea, something that you want to research, and convincing someone else that it's worth them giving me money to research. And just having a great idea is really only part of the solution. It's making sure that we have the funds to actually carry out that work and deliver those results to our stakeholders in the end. So anyone interested in becoming an agronomist at any level and even a professor in academia will need to plan that they will go to college, receive their bachelor's degree, and also likely pursue graduate school. So, you know, in high school, the best thing to do would be to get engaged with your academic advisor and make a plan for your college education. Once you get to college, I think the same advice applies. Get engaged with your academic advisor, take advantage of any agricultural type internships that are available. I like to give students the advice, you should try everything and then at least you know what you don't like. So you can help eliminate some potential career options that you're just really not interested in. And an internship is the best way to do that. It's a short period of time. You can say, nope, this isn't for me, and you can move on to something else. The work that I do is extremely important because food touches everyone. So what farmers do and the food, fiber, and fuel that farmers grow on their operations really touches everyone. And I take that quite seriously in my job. As I mentioned, we receive funding from commodity groups, the federal government, and that means that farmers and taxpayers are paying me to do the work that I do. So again, I take that very seriously and feel that I owe it to them to do the best job that I can do and be very transparent about the research results that I collect. So I take that very seriously, that the work that I do maybe seems like it directly affects farmers only, but at the end of the day it really affects us all, because we all eat food, we all wear clothing, and we all use fuel in our everyday life.